Hi angels, welcome back to my channel. So we are going to be doing messages from Mother Lilith. Okay, please subscribe, like and comment, that really helps. So we have pole 1, pole 2 and pole 3. Okay, pole 1, you are the Ace of Swords. Let's go ahead and see what your message is from Mother Lilith. So I feel as though there is something that you need to take back control over. And I actually am feeling this sword is you holding it. It is your power that you need to wield, okay? There is something about you wielding your power when it comes to other people. You being in your strength, you being in your clarity. There is something about you needing to take back your control when it comes to a person here, okay? Now, I feel like this kind of knife, this dagger, is coming through something that you feel either upset about. Some of you it's insecure about. There is something about another person's actions that is quite frankly pissing you the fuck off, and I feel as though she's saying you need to get control over this energy, okay? Or you need to start showing up, you need to start defending yourself, okay? You need to start being in charge of your own energy. And she's saying if you don't set the proper boundaries with people, if you don't say what it is that you want to say, it is going to eat you up, both from an internal standpoint, but also it's like people are going to walk over you in the physical. They're going to even like have this knife up against your throat, okay? They're going to be the ones trying to intimidate you. And I'm seeing a feminine, specifically a feminine energy here that gets one of those defense like keychains, right, with all the stuff on. There is something like, if that is going to make you feel safe, she's saying look into it or get it. Maybe ask her to guide you towards a business as well, right? But again, it's like the Fool here. There is something about like someone that has taken advantage over you. And I do feel like it's like this feminine and masculine energy. It is a feminine that is like has hatred for a masculine. Now, for some of you, trigger warning here, I sense there is trauma. There is something about you dealing with this trauma of a person and what they've done to you physically. For some of you, right? For others of you, this is about getting out of shame, okay? Again, whether it's speaking your truth to that individual, right? Now, I'm going to say this to you specifically, but be careful, especially when you're dealing with an opposite sex here. And this is not me to put, like, this is not me putting anyone else's gender down. But like, okay, the feminine has to be careful, right? Let's just say that. So be careful in that aspect. But I feel like it's time for you to even start getting justice. Now, with the Fool in reverse, this is telling me like you are holding back on something. Again, I'm hearing she's saying like injustices here. It's like you're holding back, getting your justice or sending energy back. What she's saying is you have to be very careful when you're wielding this sword or this knife, this dagger, because it's very easy to give it. But we also have to see where we are ourselves, right? Where we are the ones cutting ourselves, where we're the ones hurting ourselves in the process. There is something about your power here that is really growing. You're learning how to navigate your energy forwards. You're learning to be authentic with yourself. So what I'm trying to say here is like, for one aspect, right? You needing to speak up and do the things that you said you wanted to do, okay, without feeling shame. I think this is technically like a pay pig here, right? I think that's what it's called. But it's like if you want to get into a line of work or you want to do some type of spell, you want to be like a different embodiment to other people, whether it's lifestyle, internal, whatever it is that, honey, you feel drawn to. you should do, okay? Or you should start embracing forwards with that energy, because the more that you kind of go in this circle, you know, for some reason the Fool in reverse at the moment is giving me this kind of hamster wheel effect, but like running backwards, never really getting anywhere, right? Or like going back on yourself. That is what I pick up on, especially with the Seven of Wands here. It's like you're putting more obstacles than you need to. You're still waiting to jump off this cliff. You said you were going to jump, but you haven't yet. Okay, now for others of you, there is a message here about recklessness as well. You have to be careful. Are you being defensive here in the same breath, right? Are you just holding yourself back because of other people, or because of someone's emotion that is ruling over you? Because one thing Mother Lilith taught me was that anything that is controlling our emotions, it's going to continue that way. You're never going to get true freedom if you don't address that energy. So again, she's reminding you the power of this holding this sword, right? It's not for the weak. This energy that you're living, this journey that you're on, it's not for the weak. Okay, because in the same breath, and I know like Mother Lilith, she's all about freedom, okay, in any aspect. And one thing I love that I learned about Mother Lilith when I first started working with her was that you could be anything. You don't have to be good, you don't have to be bad, you can just be an embodiment of who you are, okay? And I love embracing that. But she also taught me a lot of inner work is very important. So I'm going to say this. Is there something that you're avoiding here? Okay, because this was in reverse. Is there something that you're avoiding or you're running from here? Okay. Is there something that is taking away your power, your truth? What needs to be brought to the light here? Because again, that knife, the point and the sharpness of the knife is also a warning. It's a warning to don't just be in your own energy. Are you open here? Are you just in this survival mode moving forwards? There is something that you need to rid when it comes to the past, right? In order to get a clear channel and a clear movement of your life, you need to address what is hurting you. Or you need to, you know, be very careful when wielding this knife, especially if you're not going to be in this energy of truth. You can't hold this sword without being under its scrutiny, okay? Meaning you need to do the inner work to wield it, to have that confidence, to see clearly. Because if you're not, before you know it, that knife will be pointing back at you and it will hurt. So I feel like it's a balance here about figuring out what it is that you want moving forwards, how you are moving, maybe some, not identity work, but like lifestyle work in terms of like mindset, subconscious reprogramming. Not just subconscious, but it's like lifestyle reprogramming, right? Especially if you're so used to like blocking away your truth or having to be against someone all the time. Where can I find that peace within myself? Do I need to forgive that person? Now, don't forget, forgiveness does not mean kisses and hugs. Forgiveness is an inner peace thing. It's a self-acceptance thing. Are you willing to accept that that person just simply ain't shit and they're not meant to be in your life? Okay? Are you willing to understand where those wounds come from, where that person is mirroring you? But there is something about you needing to be very careful. I actually feel like she was showing me then that cord, right, wrapped around her neck. Be careful of suffocating your own life force. What is the messages here? So yeah, there is something here around a past relationship here, okay? So what is this card? The Four of Cups in reverse. There is some type of healing here with a counterpart for some of you. Or for some of you, it's that you've left a counterpart and now it's time to make peace with that so you can invite the love that you deserve in, okay? Either way, whether you want to heal things with this person that you feel very stuck with, okay? Or you just want healing period and you want to start aligning yourself forwards with the right energy, these cards are telling me that you need to find some kind of inner peace. You need to allow some kind of thought to rest here. This kind of feeling, whatever emotionally is tugging at you, whether it's you don't like this person has treated you in a specific type of way, whatever is hurting you, you need to find some healing with it, because then you are going to align perfectly forwards, whether it's to find new love or whether it's to get yourself out of this stubborn mindset of staying stuck. She is reminding you of your emotions here. The only person that can change this outcome is you. Now, for some of you, it's a bit deeper than that because it goes to inner trauma. But either way, you have the energy to rewrite what happens forwards, okay? You have the power of your destiny. We make choices for our destiny every single day with our free will, with making choices, whether you want to walk on road A, road B, we have the power to change it. So if the kind of love that you received is very traumatic, it is time to start either healing that and addressing that wound so you can move forwards, or you need to now start changing the outcome and the way that you move. It's all about the journey for you, especially with the Fool card here, okay? It's like your roadmap of a journey is not like straightforward, and it doesn't have to be, right? But it's not centered, it's not in alignment, if that makes sense, right? It's like the journey here is like a very trapped, it's very limited. You're still behaving in a way with new relationships that mimic old relationships where people have hurt you, people have mistreated you, you don't have trust with those individuals. That is what's causing you the drama here, okay? That is what's causing you the pain, because you assume that everyone else is like the people that have hurt you, or you constantly are defensive when people come towards you because it's like they don't give you even necessarily what you want here. Maybe there is a bit of energy here about your dominant energy, you needing to understand what true dominance means for you, okay? Especially with this pay pig energy right on this card. Maybe you want to be in this energy where it's like, I manifest a person buying me a bunch of shoes or clothes or materialisms. I want to like be in control of this energy. But I feel like she's saying you need to understand firstly what true dominance means to you. What does that mean? Or is it a defense mechanism? Because it's like when I first started to work with Mother Lilith as well, she showed me this message, but through empowerment. I didn't like what I thought was empowerment. Yes, it empowered me, but it was not true empowerment. And when I was feeding and I was living off that old energy of like what I thought was empowering, the only thing I was doing was limiting myself. But she's saying like maybe you are only dominating because you're scared of people hurting you, attacking you, or you're wanting to be in control so you don't get hurt. But she's saying you still need to be vulnerable. You still need to be willing for people to buy you things, because it is like if you want people to spoil you, you have to be open to receiving money, right? You have to be open to people having that energy and like giving it to you. So there is a lot of like trauma that you need to work through, okay? I do have my Alchemy of Lilith available if you do want to work deeper into what is oppressing you here. But I hope that was helpful. I will see you in the next one. Okay, pole 2, you are the Strength card, and let's go ahead and take a look at your messages from Mother Lilith. So I feel like Mother Lilith actually connects with you through familiars, okay? There is obviously a line in this card, right? And look at that. What did I say, right? Some of you have familiars from ancient Egypt, right? This card is a bit crude. Now I'm seeing what this fucking card is. Okay. But yeah, there is something about familiars here, and her different animals that she connects with. It may change. So you could be connected to even Goddess Bastet right now, or Sekhmet, ancient Egypt. Okay, they could be coming through a little bit here. Maybe you have some past life work to do, or there are messages from empowerment from them. The divine feminine energy as a whole, connecting with that is actually really going to help you. For others of you, like again, her animal may change. Sometimes it could be like a black panther I'm seeing, or a black cat, owls, snakes, crows, right? different animals, but whatever animal she shows you, could be an animal, an empowerment maybe you need to look into, work with, channel your own messages for, or let me know any animals that you would like videos on, and I can do them as well. So let's take a look here. So with the Queen of Wands as well, this is all about you being vulnerable with yourself. Oh, okay, I feel this. The divine feminine in your lineage, or the feminine energy in your lineage, right, is not comfortable with herself, with her sexuality. There could be someone here watching this video that is not comfortable with their sexuality, or is a bit more open than they thought they were, okay? And not just with sexuality, but to different things in terms of life, different experiences, different jobs, like different personality traits. Like for example, maybe you are an introvert, but actually with the Queen of Wands, you're very extroverted and you need to use that more. You are uncovering layers of trauma. And I feel like Mother Lilith is actually like going to be slowly working this in your energy, specifically if you work with her, okay, and you have like a deity altar for her. But I feel like she's introducing this femininity, or this energy of the feminine being very oppressed, very gently into your life, because there is something here around vulnerability and connectivity to our body, shame, okay, connecting with another person. There is something here that is going to take a bit of work. It's going to be very like to your ego a little bit, but it's like you need to learn to be open. And there could be different messages that she's bringing through, whether it be shame, embarrassment, learning to just be open with self at this time, learning to be vulnerable and just be yourself, trying different things, taking risks, doing the thing that scares you the most, okay? Now, I feel like whenever you see this, this is timeless, and sometimes my videos take a minute to roll out, right? Or people see them when they need to see them. So this is timeless. But whenever you see this, Leo season is about to approach, right? Towards the end of the month. We've only just begun July, so we're only in Cancer season, right? But I feel as though Leo season, just being a sign, the energy of Leo is stripping away this ego that you have, or this perception, this negative perception that you have of self, where you feel very limited or insecure in who you are. Leos can have a lot of insecurities, or Leo can bring out a lot of energy around the heart and how we're truly feeling. And I feel as though you're learning to be a strength to yourself. You're learning to shine in the way that is authentic to you. And I feel like sometimes Leos can get into this habit of either lying or masking their insecurities. I remember I once heard one of my teachers say that, you know, lions, whenever they get hurt, they don't address their wounds. They hide away their wounds until they're ready and they have their strength up. And I feel like even sometimes they like just dim their wounds, and lions just keep going, they keep hunting, or they do whatever they need to do, right? They isolate themselves from love, from people, from their tribe, from other lions, right? And I feel as though you are going to be introducing yourself in a new way, okay? You're going to be learning new things about yourself and who you are. And you're going to be working through, she's saying, a lot of past energy, the number 2222 here, okay? So 222, like you're going to be moving into a different sort of alignment here that is going to require some real deep looking at yourself. And you may have done this many times before with Mother Lilith, but I feel like it's going to be empowering. And if you are in tune with this energy of this video, you already know it is going to be fucking empowering, because to look at yourself in such a vulnerable and clear way, right, is really an empowerment. And she's saying that by the end of this, you're not going to recognize yourself, but also you need to be so fucking proud of who you are right now. So with this Queen of Wands, again, mind the imagery on the card hands, right? I feel like, again, like she's actually herself, right? And she's doing it in front of an audience, which is slightly weird considering it's a cat, but it's also very empowering, right? And it's all about being open with your femininity, your feminine energy, where the feminine of your lineage felt judged, they felt very imbalanced and very unhealed with who they are. And again, the way that she's just like on that rope thing, I don't know what it's called, right? But dancers, when they like swing through the rope from the ceiling, there is something about the energy and the body just flowing through that rope, right? Sensuality is coming through here for you, okay? It's all about you just learning to be yourself, because somewhere along the way you were taught to not be yourself. You were taught to be a less brighter star than everyone else, right? You were taught to be dimmed. You were taught that you weren't a goddess or you weren't a god. But it's time for you to connect back with that feminine energy. And you don't need to be a feminine for this, by the way. Some of you are a masculine as well, learning to reconnect with people or reconnect with people because of the trauma that you've been through. But it's, again, she's like guiding you and she's introducing yourself. And the lion is just a reminder of your heart and how you're opening up. The colors yellow and gold are very significant. They're going to help soothe you. They're going to help like ground you. The color brown as well, it's really going to bring out this new energy within yourself, okay? So you have the Knight of Swords, the Magician, and the 10 of Wands here, okay? So again, I feel like you have not been confident when it comes to yourself, she is saying, okay? The number 25 or the number 5 is really going to bring you a lot of change, okay? You have been masking who you really are, or you've been lying to yourself with that Magician in reverse as well. That is not being authentic to yourself, right? Let me show you this card. That is not being authentic with who you are. That is sometimes maybe being deceitful, especially in connections here, or being deceitful when it comes to what you allow yourself to experience. Okay, you steal from yourself a lot of the time, or it's like you perform this trickery on yourself. And she's saying, like, if you experience a lot of evil eye, or you are constantly in this energy of like someone's talking about me or someone's giving me evil eye here, she's saying that comes from you stealing from yourself, you not being honest and open to who you are, you not allowing yourself to grow. Because remember, people are a mirror to us, and if someone is giving us or sending us some type of attack here, it can also be looked at within and how we can heal so we can take back our power. But there is something about you just needing to start being who you are, right? Start being open, start allowing yourself to experience pleasure, right? Experience pleasure with your body again. Some of you, something was really taken from you as well in terms of trauma around your body. Obviously, we won't go into that too much. If you do want to book anything with me, we can go over that. Just leave it in the notes. My Alchemy of Lilith does look into what is oppressing us on a deeper level as well. But I feel as though, again, there could have been like a masculine here, or it doesn't have to be physically actually what she's saying. She's saying there could have been like a family member or a relationship. Some of you a younger relationship, someone that stole from you. Some of you it's traumatic and it's physically. Others, it's like the way people steal from you, right? I'm seeing the owl very protective over you actually, okay? It's like the way people try to hurt you, or they steal maybe your authenticity, or they steal your joy, right? Different forms of theft here that have been taken upon you, injustice, right? But I feel like because you've always been in this energy of never being able to be vulnerable with your emotions, never really allowing yourself to shine in the way that you deserve to, okay? You are a queen, you are a goddess. With that Queen of Wands, you should be independent, you should be confident in who you are. Okay, but because of that pain, because of the emotional suffering that has stemmed from other people, stemmed from your own experiences as well. It has caused you to be in this very limited place. This place where you put up a lot of boundaries and walls because you can't trust people. You block your own happiness here. Or you're constantly having to recreate yourself. You're constantly having to be in survival mode here. She's walking towards like a village, I think, or like a home. You're constantly having to find yourself. You never feel connected to your body. Now that orange aura is telling me that there is something around your sacral as well here. Disconnection to your identity. Now when we go through traumatic things, we disconnect from our body. So if you are someone that feels like that, I will tell you now, cheat code, go and work with your root chakra. That means that you are ungrounded. You need to connect back with your body through grounding, through feeling safe again, through revisiting the things that hurt you in order to free yourself. You need to bring your body back into center here, maybe through spiritual practice as well. But I feel as though she is really encouraging you to empower yourself, to be yourself here. Some of you really want to be successful. Okay, my hair got stuck to my nail then. Okay, but again, it's like something always comes and it takes from you. You want to be very successful. You have a lot of manifestations. But if you feel like you're not achieving these manifestations right now, it's because of everything that is weighing you down. Your trauma is weighing you down to the point where you cannot focus on anything else. When you try to achieve, it's never satisfactory. It's never long term because you're buried in a lot of trauma, or you still are living in this lifestyle of not being enough, of not feeling connected. Okay? So I feel like you need to practice some type of safety with your body. Okay? I feel like massages are going to be helpful. Okay? Whether it's through the imagery of this card, honey, or just a good shoulder massage, that is up to you. But there, you need to connect back with yourself, okay, with your sacral as well, your womb. This is also mother wounds as well, okay? So the mother not feeling confident or feeling oppressed because of people, trauma that has been passed down generationally that needs to be healed, okay? It is time for you to really go underneath this kind of scrutiny. I feel like Anubis is coming through a little bit through this card, okay? And he is saying you need to free your energy in your body from this pain. You need to kind of be willing to face it, because if you don't face the things that are hurting you beneath the surface, you're always going to feel this pain. It's like a constant pain, right? And we think of Anubis, right? When he comes through films and imagery, his portrayal is always very dark, evil. Like Anubis will not let anyone pass through if you have not healed yourself, right? That is both true in an ancient sense and maybe sometimes in movies as well. There can be some truth to that, he's saying. I feel like he's coming through, but it's like there is something about that connection to the body that you really need to heal, okay? So I'm going to leave you with this. It is time to step out. It is time to start experiencing new things. In order to start experiencing new things, you need to heal or undergo some type of therapy here, okay? Especially around your body and around your emotions as well, to be able to allow yourself new energy. But you're not in the era anymore of holding yourself back. You're about to free some very deep traumatic wounds, but they're going to free you in such a beautiful way. You're going to become so empowered because of it. I love and appreciate you. I hope that was helpful. Okay, pile 3. You are the Ace of Cups. Let's go ahead and see your energy here from Mother Lilith. So I feel like you are dealing with some kind of relationship energy here, or there is several people tagging your energy, okay? There are 3 people here that are sending you some sort of evil eye. Let me just say that. If it's not 3 people, it is 3 counterparts, or it could just be like 3 different people. But there is something Mother Lilith is saying about drowning these people, okay? Your enemies. You need to do a ward with her. Now, she's actually saying some sort of DNA magic with her, okay? Whether it's that you leave your imprint of a lipstick, like on this card, or you sorry, my brain's going all foggy, right, because of these evil eyes. Let's just send them away. Or you need to leave some kind of blood magic if you want to strengthen something. Okay, she does accept that. Maybe even like a drink that you share together, leaving her a drink on an altar as well could be very significant. So you actually already got 3 cards that come out. Oh, you got 4 actually. Let's take a look. There is something being hidden from you, okay? There is some form of deception. I can feel it. You got more cards than everyone else, honey. So I feel like she's saying there is some form of jealousy here. Now, this is a channeled message. These don't necessarily relate to all the meanings specifically of the cards. I just want to make sure that we're being transparent about that. I am reading slightly through the images before we get through the meanings here, but this is what is coming through, right? There is some sort of evil eye coming, or some kind of, even like people around you that want to stop some sort of growth in you. Okay, you are very much in your power here. There is something about your energy being very elite. You're about to really step up or speak some sort of truth here. Okay, you're even like could be starting something new with the Page of Swords, right? You're very smart and in your power. And I feel like people could even underestimate you a little bit. But I feel as though people are trying to cause some kind of restless energy. You need to do some veiling around your hair, okay? Because, again, my hair tugged on my nails. Obviously, I have got like 3D nails on, right? But besides the point, when I felt that tug, it wasn't just that my nail got caught. It was that I could feel people tugging at your energy, speaking about you. Right, so you need to do some kind of powerful ward or sending something back here. Okay, I'm sure you can get creative in terms of like magic, right? That is if you practice magic. For others of you, you need to be making sure that you are putting up boundaries with people. But I don't know, there is something about being authentically yourself anyway. Because even if you don't practice magic, I feel like the message here is about you understanding the power and the presence that you hold. Willing enough to be moving forwards with the energy that you want. Because there is something here about, I don't know if it's your dreams here, people are coming through your dreams. Pay attention to the signs that you're getting, right? But I am seeing like when it comes to people, something feels like to you it's not moving forwards. But she is saying it is these people masking your energy, trying to cause you some kind of bad dream, some like restless energy, scrutiny. I'm hearing they're scrutinizing you, or they're watching your posts if you post online. If you're doing something that is very different, maybe even very provocative here for some of you, okay? I don't know why, but I'm getting like family back home. That is for someone very specific though. I'm seeing family back home watching you, or snitching to elders here, right? There is someone here that is trying to cause that sort of distress. But you see, she's in her power. It doesn't matter if these swords are facing her. You know why? Because you have faced yourself. And I actually, like, from the moment I started channeling your energy in the back of my mind, all I kept hearing was, like, you're in your power, you're in your energy. It's like you don't really need to work on much when it comes to shadow work, right? You've already faced yourself. That is why you're holding this glass and you're in your power. You faced something of your past, whether it was inner wounds, what this person was mirroring you, or these people were mirroring. You've done the work. The only threat that you really have is your own self-doubt now, or this feeling that something is not going to work out because it's not the right energy. And I remember being stuck in this energy, and it was like every time I would start something new, there would be a sign of evil eye that came through. There would be a fucking sign that this person from my past was watching me, or this person was trying to cause me disruption, okay? Or there'd even be like something physically around me. It could be like a raining, storming. It could be literally anything would come in. But that was the old subconscious trying to rewrite itself. And the moment that I stepped out the box and I stopped allowing that to dictate me, I was able to move forwards a lot more freely without it being such a, is it the right time for me? Is it this person's watching me? This person is shitting on me so I can't move. That is the energy that I feel like you're stuck in. Now, away from these people, this is about you needing to get in tune with your energy, okay? Making sure that you're in your power. And I feel like she's saying you don't need to be in your power at all times, but there is something about the self-care that you need to do, or the love that you need to have for yourself, okay? Yeah, you need to be in this energy of assumption, the law of assumption, okay? And I'll be honest, you know what? The manifestation girlies, maybe they'll be able to help you out as well, okay? Just being an empowerment, or, you know, for a moment, just surrounding yourself with people who are being like their true authentic self, or they're living an abundant lifestyle, right? Or they're trying to teach others that lifestyle. Because you know what, like, I am a big advocate for that. Manifestation stuff didn't work for me until I really healed what was hurting me within. So I'm a big advocate for save the affirmations till later, get to the root of the problem. That is my motto, okay? And that is what I teach people to do. But I feel like there does come a point where when you have ended a cycle, sorry, you have to now start creating new patterns. You have to start creating new energy for yourself. And affirmations help with that, okay? Or surrounding yourself even with a bit of delusion sometimes can help you, okay? I'm an advocate for balance though. That doesn't mean that we stop worrying about the things that are happening in the world and speaking about them. But I'm an advocate for, we can still be a bit delusional and change our mindset. We can use things like the law of assumption to help us. So that is something that you should get in tune with, because you're about to break a fucking cycle here. You're about to break this cycle of people taking from you. And you need to maybe firstly get through the wound of that. I feel like that wound comes from you being a very strong figure in your life. Like, you are someone who had to grow up and have a lot of responsibility for self, is what she's saying. You had to take care of yourself. You could have been an older sibling that took care of others. But for some reason, she's saying like you had to be an advocate for yourself. You were a lone wolf, black sheep, or you got this label of like being different to other people. And I feel like this is what's coming through the Nine of Pentacles a little bit. It's like your story. That is why you have this kind of like energy that comes through, that takes from you, that tells you like, you know, I'm not good enough, or there are obstacles, things aren't working out for me. But as soon as you address the matter, or you start understanding your dreams a bit more and the wounds that are coming up, whether it's shame, whether it's like you needing to just be like, nah, that is not true. Like, you're hating on me, but like, I'm the shit. You need to have some kind of persona about you. Some of you already do, but it's like you need to kind of be a bit delusional when it comes to the people around you, especially if you're around limiting people who just don't understand and who don't get it. And you need to embrace this boss bitch energy. You need to be waking up and asserting the energy. That is going to work so fucking well for you. Look how empowered you are. Okay, you're not an energy where it's like you need a lot of the help. Again, when I channeled your energy from the beginning, all I kept thinking was, you already are. You've already healed. You already are. You're already showing up here. This is just about you now taking either a risk, taking a leap of faith, or moving into this energy of like starting to dictate your own life. Obviously be careful with the energy of control here, but you have this very dominating personality. You're a queen, you're a natural entrepreneur, boss bitch, okay? You're a baddie for some of you that are feminine here. Even if you're a masculine, absolutely, right? Ain't no genders over here. But it's like you have this natural business mindset, and you need to start using it as if you were working for someone else. Sometimes you give all your energy and all your best qualities to others as well, but you're not selfish with your own energy. And I feel like you are in the energy where it's time to be a bit selfish. It's time to like just do what I gotta do to make it type energy, right? Again, I don't feel like you should wear a mask. I feel like that fake it till you make it energy is very like, it keeps you limited, right? Because it's not really your authentic self. And at some point, like things like affirmations without the right type of healing, you end up in like that energy that you ended up stuck in the first place, right? So that is why I say I'm a big advocate for getting to the root of that shit, because once you heal it and you heal it for all, right, it's like you can move forwards and there's nothing stopping you. Whereas like there could be like limitations and, you know, or like this money didn't come in today, so that means I'm fucking broke. But it's like Mother Lilith, I feel like she wants you to start embracing a different narrative for yourself, one that doesn't involve other people taking from you, right? She doesn't want other people to take from you. Because like I'm telling you, you have some dominating energy. Okay, some very dominating energy. Maybe I'll do like a dominant video or something. Maybe look at the video that I did if you've watched it as well, the Dark and Unfiltered Power. There could be some messages there for you. But it's like there's something about your energy. It's not like the other poles, let me tell you. Don't get me wrong, my collective is badass. But your energy is nothing like I've seen before, right? You already have shit together. I support you with this, absolutely. You see, the Empress, you just are, your energy is just so authentic, so natural. You don't need to try because you already are. You already have a bit of something to you, a characteristic that people may say is selfish or people may say is nasty, but that energy is a fucking empowerment to you. So I feel like she's saying the apple, the way that she's eating the apple, you need to get into wisdom when it comes to yourself, your own inner wisdom here. With this Nine of Pentacles, it's about your own truth here. The apple that you're eating, the wisdom that you're taking in for yourself, how you see yourself, how you behave in front of yourself. So you know what is going to work for you? Some of you standing in front of a mirror, butt naked, I'm telling you, there is some type of empowerment there. Okay, mirror magic. Maybe you need to start mirror magic or that embodied self. Okay, or you could do something where if you don't want to do magic, like practicing, like make a list of like daring shit that you want to do or like trips that you want to take, right? Energy that you want to move into and you want to be. Maybe it's time to start doing that, okay? Setting yourself a little goal and achieving that or taking steps towards it is going to benefit you. You have like a great manager characteristic. You could, you know, work for someone else and be a manager. But I feel like you need that same energy that you have for other people. Like when someone's giving you the evil eye or like counterparts here are pissing you the fuck off and you give them that type of energy. She is saying you need to have that fucking energy and motivation for self. And you do that in some way, okay? Taking care of your body maybe, or doing some type of self-care. Maybe you already do that on some level, but she wants you to take it up a notch, okay? Because you see, you're about to be eating very soon. It works in your favor. For everyone, being this dominant, it doesn't work for them. You have to have something about you. Whether it's even thick skin, she's saying, maybe you need to grow thick skin. There is something about the way that you are, your body, your style. Use it all. So I feel like she's saying, right, you're about to move into some new money. You're going to end this cycle of obstacles, or you need to kind of understand a bit of self-doubt here, okay? Queen of Swords is here as well. You need to kind of get out of this energy of feeding yourself bullshit thoughts, bullshit mindset, like I'm limited, I'm small, I'm a victim. Get out of that fucking mindset. The death card was underneath that, by the way. Okay? You need to stop resisting who you are. You're resisting who you are. And you can achieve through a business. Maybe some of you already do. But she's saying like it's time for you in your personal power. you're like, whatever you're about to do, heed my words. It is coming into fruition in such an expansive way. And I think on some level right now, something has been small and limited for you, or it's been kind of slow moving, right? Maybe you are dealing with people who are slow moving in counterparts as well, she's saying. People who just think that they can come in and take away from you and your essence. But you have this power to turn it back around and to make it what you want, okay? You're about to have a lot of people in shock, but you're about to have yourself in shock. There's something around moon goddesses as well. Maybe some of you even high priestess. Now, I know high priestess is a cultural thing for some people, right? I don't know too much about it. So make sure if you are giving yourself that label or you're doing anything in terms of magic, we are respectful. We're not enclosing on closed practices. Many of you probably know this anyway. But there is something around you being able to dictate people's thoughts through their dreams, or you, like, there is a business for you in magic or in dominating people. Now, for some of you, maybe it is in a physical sense, like the imagery on these cards, right? If you know, you know. For some of you, there is a business in that. For others, there is a business in helping others empower themselves, helping others grow here, teaching others about their own emotions as well. But I don't know why I sense, like, you know, like a female hitman. What is that called? Like a Black Widow? You have a Black Widow type energy. I don't know. There is something about you have some sort of gift or a business that is going to come to fruition that involves dominating other people. Okay? So even for some of you, if that relates to being in a competitive field around work, maybe sales, for example, this is something that is going to come to fruition or can come to fruition, okay? But there is so much opportunity for you. So I feel like her message is about how are you showing up for yourself today, okay? How can you change the limitation, the restlessness, the energy? She wants you to start looking at it as like, how do I up level? Okay, if you're unsure, then maybe that is reading, maybe that is getting into new energy or setting yourself new goals. Okay, but there is something about ending this fucking, like, I'm a victim type energy. She's not having that energy at all. Okay, she's not having it. And honestly, you're inspiring me, Pile 3. Whoever you are, Pile 3, please comment down below, because you're inspiring me as well. Okay, I love and appreciate you. I hope that was helpful.